What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're actually ranking every single Animal Crossing event that has happened so far. The reason why I want to make this now is that we've experienced pretty much every single Animal Crossing event, like in the calendar months. The only one left is the Mario event. Maybe we'll come back and talk about that a little bit, but I feel like this is a good time to kind of weigh out the pros and cons. When I judge an event, I judge it based on how fun it was, villager interaction, the duration of it, the items, of course, that we got from it. So there is some criteria here. We have S, A, B, C, D, F being the worst, of course. So let's just get started. I don't know how long this is going to be. I want to start off with the most recent, the Pave event. Also, I don't know if I said this. I will link this tier in the description so you can rank your own. This was made by me. I couldn't find an event one. So anyway, the Pave event, which just happened. Okay. All right. Let's unpack this a little bit. I thought Pave was great. Totally memorable. Amazing NPC. The event itself, though, I thought was pretty lackluster. You know, going and collecting feathers and then bringing them to Pave. And the fact that we never got the DIYs for the Pave items kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I would have liked to make the Pave items any time of the year. And the fact that we have to go back to this event or wait for this event every single year just to get those items, kind of a bummer. Also, the pacing was a little bit weird. The fact that we could get the Pave items in Nooks, but then when we did the actual event, all of the items that we got for rewards were the same items that we could buy for the last 2 weeks in Nooks. It made it just not special. The final item that you got, the Pave float, was amazing. I'm actually gonna put Pave event in C. C is actually lower than C normally would because we have the S, A, B. So yeah, I just didn't really. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. The outfits were cool. The reactions that we got were really good. But the event itself was just, it was okay. All right, next one here, we have the red icon, which I kind of connected to the firework event. So that's like the late summer. I think it happened for 4 Sundays in August, I think it was. And essentially every single Sunday, 6 to, I believe, 12. I don't know if I got the time right. It was fireworks in the sky. The cool thing about that is that you can actually submit your patterns that you made or patterns that you have, and you could shoot them up in the air and you would see that pattern in the sky as a firework. That was pretty cool. I like that. Also, there were a ton of items that you could get in terms of like redeeming your lottery ticket or something like that. And you would get like sparklers, fireworks. It was really cool. I liked that event quite a bit. And I don't know, it's just a nice send off for summer. Seeing red in the plaza was really cool. And the fact that it happened 4 times, I think it happened just enough. It didn't overstay its welcome. So for me, I'm going to put the red firework event in B. Next one we have is the Turkey Day event. And of course, that is for Thanksgiving. And you would essentially go in your plaza, talk to Franklin. You would make 4 different dishes. And that's about it. You got the Turkey Day set, which was really cool. The fact that the day after you could go to Nooks and get the entire DIY set. I think that should have been what the Pave event did. But anyway, I love the items. You can use them year round. The fact that they have another customization option for spring is really, really cool. And I thought it was a pretty fun event. I gotta say, it was a little bit too short, a little bit repetitive. I feel like they could have done more in terms of us actually cooking, maybe adding in new ingredients, new crops. That would have been the perfect time to do it. But all in all, I think it was an okay event. I'm going to actually put it in B. It's going to be lower B, though. I'm actually going to rank them in their own categories. But anyway. All right, the New Year's event, I thought was pretty good. You went to your plaza, and there was a big countdown arch. I think you got the arch and the hats and things like that. So that was kind of cool. I really liked the 2021 arch. I was not expecting to get that. You got the light sticks and everything. It was cool. And then when the countdown happened, you see like fireworks, and it was just a really fun way to bring in the new year, especially during like what we're going through now. We can't really go out. So I think because of that, New Year's event gets a B. I think it was better than the No, I think the summer fireworks were still better. The fact that they happened 4 times, but I really like the New Year's event. albeit it was small, but it was effective. All right. Okay. Next, we have a heavy hitter here, guys. We have the Jack Halloween event. Now, this event I thought was all encompassing. What we talked about before. We had the amazing reactions. We had the costumes, a ton of them too. We had the pumpkins. So this event actually introduced farming in a way. So we got the pumpkin starters, and then all throughout October, we had something to do. We could plant the pumpkins, make the spooky set, and then on Halloween, you know, we could scare our villagers, give them candy, and then get even more exclusive items. And then Jack himself was amazing. We got Jack's head, Jack's robe, a poster from Jack. This is how you do an event. So that gets an S. I thought that was so great. Let me know what you guys think, by the way. What's your favorite event here? What do you think of my rankings? But I think Halloween, the music, it was just so memorable. It felt like a grand event. It felt like it was one of the only events that felt like a season. You know what I'm saying? It felt like Halloween season all throughout October. I loved it. Okay. These next two, I don't know if you would consider events because they happen all throughout the year, but we have the fishing tournament and the bug off. And I guess it comes down to items and preference and things like that. So I think these are fantastic. I really, really, really like these. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the fishing event and the bug off all in one. But as you can see, I like the bug off better. I just like the items better. I like Flick better. I like the bug models better. I know you can do the bug models all throughout the year, but I feel like with the fishing tournament, I was making bait beforehand. So the event wasn't as challenging. Whereas the bug off, I would need to run all throughout my island and catch all these bugs. So I like them quite a bit. Now, the downside, and the reason why they're only in B and not in A or S, is that the items don't change. You know, the first bug off of the year or the last bug off of the year, you're going to get the same items. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really change much. But man, the items are great. The toy cockroach, the bug cage, which is one of my favorite items in the game. And then over on the fishing side, you had like the cooler, the fishing rods, the dried octopus, creepy item. They're great. At least do them once and get all the items because I really enjoy them. Okay, next event is going to be the Earth Day event, and that was when we first met Leaf. Now, I don't really remember too much of it. I remember the fact that you just went up to Leaf and you got Nook Miles based on growing trees and planting flowers and things like that. And then at the end of the event, Tom Nook would actually give you a DIY for the hedges, which was a game changer. Also, Leaf bringing you bushes and things like that. So I think this event, we're going to have to see if it changes this year, but it basically gave us hedges for the first time. Didn't really do anything too crazy. I think I'm going to put it in C, below the Pave event. I love Leaf, but Earth Day versus, you know, seeing Leaf in your plaza, there's not really much of a difference. So Earth Day didn't really feel special to me. Now, if they come back this year with another Earth Day and they give us new bushes or new plants or trees or something, then it's going to be cool. I'm going to look forward to it every single year if they keep giving us new stuff. So anyway, okay. Ooh, we're getting to some underrated events. I like this. Okay. Here is the wedding event, the Cyrus and Reese event. Now, this was one of the only events, I think this was the only event to actually take place on Harv's Island. So you went over to Harv, you met Cyrus and Reese. That's the only time we've seen them in the game. And essentially what you would do is, based on what they wanted, you would actually decorate a room and take a picture. And it was for their wedding. It was really cute. Like, for one, you had to make a reception. One, you had to decorate a ceremony. And you would get like these heart crystals, and then you could redeem these heart crystals to get furniture. And the furniture was really good, like the wedding bench and the wedding candles and the organ and things like that. I thought this event was really good. And I don't know if I'm alone here, but I'm going to put it all the way in A. I thought it was a really fun, adorable event. It introduced us to a new NPC, and it lasted Did it last the whole month? I feel like it lasted a long time. I kind of took it for granted. I'm not going to lie. I should have gone back and got a lot of the items, but it's something I'm looking forward to. Now, year 2, it was supposed to be a wedding event. So is this year we're going to decorate for their divorce lawyer? I have no idea. I have no idea. I hope it comes back in some capacity, but yeah, anyway. Okay, next event, probably the most underrated event in the game, to be honest, is the birthday event. I'm going to put it in S, all right? So far, by the way, we have C. We have only C and up, so the events have been pretty good so far. Okay, so the birthday event, the reason why it's in S is because it is just an amazing experience, okay? You start the game, first of all, and you are immediately welcomed by your favorite villager or your best friend or the villager with the highest friendship rating. So your villager takes you to another house, and they throw a surprise party for you. And there's 2 other villagers there, and you hit a piñata and cupcakes fall out. You're given birthday glasses and different birthday furniture. It's just such a fun event. I love when the villagers get involved. And the first time that I personally experienced it, I was blown away. I was like, this is so cute and it's so extra that I really, really love it. If you haven't experienced it yet, it's definitely a treat. It's a reason to turn your game on for your birthday. And then you can hand out your cupcakes to your other villagers, and then you get more stuff. It's really fun. I love it. It's so charming. Okay, anyway. Next event is going to be the Rover Maze. All right, next event is going to be the Rover Maze. Now, we've only had one of these. This kind of went with the Earth Day stuff. So, essentially, you got a new ticket. I don't remember what the ticket was called, but you brought that to Orville. You went to the Mystery Island, and it was a hedge maze. It was really, really cool. And Rover actually was behind it. So you had to maneuver through the maze. It was pretty cool too. You had to like eat fruit, dig up trees, move bushes, and it was a really fun event. And it kind of got my hopes up, honestly, for like what Nintendo could have done with these Mystery Islands. And then at the end, you saw Rover, you talked to Rover, and Rover gave you his briefcase. I mean, it was fun, but essentially it was about a 15-minute event and you got a briefcase from it. So even though I love Rover and I love the idea of making maze type islands, I think this event gets a low... Oh, you know what? Does it get a C or a D? I think it goes in C because the maze itself, a low C. This is the lowest rated event so far. It was a very cool maze, but it wasn't too exciting. Like, you got a briefcase, guys. You know what? I think I'm going to go D. Yeah. It was just one maze, and that's it. And it was just, there was no, like, story to it. It was just, hey, Rover, let me take your things. I don't know. It was weird. Okay, next up is the most controversial event in the game, and that is Bunny Day. It's also the next event that we're having besides the Mario stuff. So this is, this is a hot topic here. So let me give you some backstory. This was the first event that happened when the game came out. So all of us were trying to catch bugs, get fossils, go fishing, and trying to build up our game. But man, this event took over, okay? There were eggs everywhere, and essentially that's what you do. You fish for eggs, you cut trees for eggs, you hit eggs out of the sky, and you're basically collecting eggs to build furniture. And once you build all the furniture, you talk to Zipper, he gives you another reward, and then you can get another reward. So it was super cute. It was cute seeing your villagers all dressed up. But for me, this just overstayed its welcome a little bit too much. I think it is better than the Pave event. I will say that. But in terms of, man, this pretty much broke the game. It destroyed the game, actually. You couldn't even fish. You couldn't do anything while this event was going on. Now, Nintendo did go back and nerf a couple things. Like they took away a lot of the sky eggs and things like that. But man, this was a frustrating event, to say the least. I do love Zipper. That's probably, an unpopular opinion, But oof, that was a rough one, and it's coming back. So yeah, there we go. All right, next up. Oh God. Museum Day. Hence the fossil. Museum Day gets an F, a glaring F, in this pretty solid list of events, honestly. Museum Day makes me want to cry. Okay, imagine going on a bad field trip in school, but for 10 days straight, or a week straight, or whatever that was. So essentially, you would go to the museum, you would read a bunch of displays and get stamps. And then you would go to Blathers, and Blathers would give you a plaque, a gold plaque. This was bad. This was a really poor event. And if you're turning your Switch on and they say, Happy Museum Day, just shut your Switch off. Honestly, it was really bad. Now, like, you might say, well, how could you make this better? Like, the rewards could have been better. We could have got exclusive museum items, like a museum hat or a museum bed shaped like a fossil, or we could have got really, really cool things. We could have got bug items. We could have got, you know, sea creature items. Like, it could have been an amazing, you know, item pool, but instead we just got plaques. And then you would go back the next day and you'd be like, oh my God, this is day 2 of Museum Day. And you would get the same rewards. It was really bad. And it's a shame because I love the museum. So anyway. Okay, and then last but not least, we have Toy Day, which is done by one of my favorite NPCs, Jingle. This event was a little bit all over the place, to be honest. So of course it's about Christmas and delivering gifts to your villagers. Now, the same thing I could say about the Pave event, the recent one. All throughout December, you could go to Nook's and you could get the toys in Nook's Cranny. And then when you did the actual event, you were delivering presents to your villagers, and then your villagers would give you the toys. So there was no real, like, reward for doing this. It was kind of cool dressing up as Santa and getting the sack and going around and talking to your villagers. But to me, this was pretty, like, a little bit lackluster. You know what I'm saying? It was okay. Now, I'm being a little bit hard on it. We did get the Santa outfit, like I was saying before. We got a reindeer costume, which was really cute. I do like the big sleigh item that you get at the end. But for me, I was just expecting a little bit more. Like, when I think of Christmas, that's like the biggest holiday, you know? So I was expecting a little bit more. I'm going to say it was better than Turkey Day. Definitely better than the Zipper and Pave and stuff like that. But it just, like, I wanted more from it. You know what I'm saying? So this is my complete list of all of the major events. I think I covered all the major ones. Again, I'll link this in the description if you want to do your own. But definitely the Halloween and birthday event is so good. The Cyrus and Reese event, I really liked. It's going to be interesting to see if they do, like, another NPC photo shoot. I would really like that. And then you have the B tier, which, you know, you have the bug off and things that happen more frequently, some firework things happening here, and then the two major holidays. And then towards the bottom, we have just, to me, events that could be improved. You know, events that have so much potential but just aren't there yet. But let me know what you think in the comments. Did I do a good job? Were some of your favorite events too low? Did I rank certain ones too high? That's all I got for you today, guys. Let me know in the comments, and I will see you very soon in the next video.